Good morning. It is January the 12th, 2018. Time to kick off another trading day. Also, it is Friday, end of the week. So that'll bring in a different dynamic as the market rotates into the close. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Martin Luther King's birthday is on Monday. It's a banking holiday, and the exchange markets will be shut down at noon Central, and some of them will be closed. So it's a 3-day weekend in the middle of ski season. The two heaviest days of skiing in all North American resorts are Martin Luther King's birthday and President's Day. So them's that can will be bolting from the offices about noon today to start their drive or flights to wherever they're going to be skiing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Martin Luther King Day, the Tuesday following, usually that's the first time we have a shot at a full market. Everybody's off of vacation. Everybody's back. Everybody's focused on creating a bottom line for 2018. So we should have more liquidity and a little more certainty in our trading come Tuesday. Having said that, we'll have to see if that actually transpires. Today is a post-auction day. That usually brings a pause day. Everybody that wanted 3, 10, and 30-year paper in the cash market has it. All three auctions were very, very strong. Today the dealers will be trying to get everything right for settlement. Everybody, all the paper assigned, all the shorts covered, everything totally buttoned up. And there'll be a big drive to get that done before noon. So part of that crew can head out early. The news overnight was lacking. Biggest news out overnight, it looks like Germany may have formed a government. The markets are acting like it has. The announcement was made with a couple of caveats, but it looks like Germany's finally got a government. Merkel's been able to put it together. So the euro is up quite a bit. Happy days have returned to Europe. And we'll see if we get follow-through buying in the euro today. We have news that can move the market. The focus today will be, if I can find my mouse, CPI plus 1/10. Yesterday's PPI's numbers were quite a bit below the forecast. Core plus 0.2. CPI's lags. So if these numbers are lower than forecast, because it is a lagging indicator behind PPI, the argument for Fed doesn't need to raise interest rates anytime soon because of inflation will get stronger. Retail sales plus 0.5. Ex-autos plus 0.4. Business inventories up 0.3. And we have Baker Hughes rig count that comes along later that no one really pays a lot of attention to. Sometimes it's in place, sometimes it's not. We've been losing rigs in the United States. We've been picking them up in Mexico and Canada. The news focus, retail sales, ex-autos, and then CPI. They'll all come out. There's a chance for a whipsaw between these two pieces of news, but the major piece of news, especially for equities, will be retail sales, ex-autos. Like I'm playing for a pause day today, so I've got a 1 to 5 sell. 7 to 11, sell 2. On the buy side, 25, 29, buy 1. 17 to 21, buy 2. My guess is that Merkel's formation of government doesn't really change anything because the markets have been trading like she was going to do it anyway. So I don't think that will have a lot of impact on today's trading, but it might. The currency traders sure took advantage of it. Looking at the 30-year. Resistance begins 12 to 16, number 1. Sell 19s to 23s. 27 to 31, sell 2. On the buy side, supports the buck to 4. Buy 25, 29s. And we'll make it 13 to 17 for buy 2. Give it a little bit more room to the downside. Equities are strong and pointed higher. And early in the session, it could influence our trading. Gold was much higher overnight. Broke through the 25 area handily. And got this low volume area right here at 35. Having a tractor up at 39. So looks like it's going to trade higher, but resistance is 35, 37, so we'll try a 34, 36 sell 1. The better sell against this high volume number right there, 39 to 41. On the buy side, 28, 29, 25. Got the London low at 27. So 28 to 30 by 1. 24, 26 by 2. Now, my gold sell last night, Sonny, was against 30. But if we go back and let me get this written down before I... I can take a look at F1. Yeah, this 36, 38 area, that high right there. So 40, right up here, that move where it started, 38 to 40 would be a pretty good idea to think about setting a structural short. Oh, this morning in crude we had 70, 75 with a question mark yesterday, and basically 64 or better. Looking at the euro that exploded with Germany's new government. Stops above 122, so 122 plus or minus sell 1, 22 and a quarter sell 2. On the buy side, 50 to 60, 25, buy 2. This breakout in London. Nice to know that Germany's got a government again, right? Crude oil The Saudi royal family, some articles have started to pop up about the new leadership in Saudi Arabia trying to modernize the country. It's got to take on the conservative religious element. That's a toughie, because I'm sure it's the same in Saudi Arabia as it is around the globe. You can't discuss openly without kicking off an argument, politics or religion. And the reason for that is that the basis of those two thing that attracts followers is belief. And you're screwing with a person's fundamental beliefs, and it can become very irrational at that point. So the deal that was cut in the teens, 20s, and 30s by the House of Saud, if they're going to modernize their country, they got to go to work and diminish the impact of that very conservative, very, very strict, the virulent forms of Islam, and it's Wahhabism, and it came out of northwestern Saudi Arabia. So that's where the bombings and the assassinations and the turning of people against you can start in earnest. So here we are. Should have some support at the buck right down here, so we'll play for stops below 63 even. Buy one. Hopefully we can get them, and then a quarter to a half for buy two. This breakout way over here, basically at 62, 62 and a quarter. This Globex low right here at 62.90. They've gotten stops below that double print right there. Don't have a lot of volume down here, but right at 63 you can see that we have some volume. And at 62, 66. So 62.70, 62, 63, somewhere should be reasonable support the first time down. Sell 63 and a quarter, 63.50, sell one. 63.75, 64, sell two. Our selling crude last night, Sunday, was 63.75. Might have to get in. That could hold it. Then 64, 64 and a quarter. And last but not least, the rally started yesterday in the U.S. markets. We made new contract highs. We had higher closing, new closing highs just across the board. After the markets closed, BlackRock came out, beat their earnings per share estimates. Hong Kong market up 14 days in a row, unheard of. So people will come in today. It's the 15th day. We're going to sell it, right? Because it has never been up. Ha ha ha. That's how you get your head handed to you. That's how you lose. That mindset makes you back losing positions and turn your normal loss into a catastrophic loss. So 77.80 is where resistance is, perhaps 75. So selling failure to take out 77 to 80 is a short. Don't really like the short side of the market. Sell 284 to 86. On the buy side, we'll make it 70 to 72. They make us pay up to get in and get long, and then 65, 67 for buy two. Stops below here. It is Friday. The dynamic, take it up once. Can't take out this 77 to 80 area right up here. Then some end of the week profit taking by the trading community. Could take it slower. My guess is on the opening you'll probably run it down. Take the week length out. Run it up, see if they can take out 77, and if they can't, then end of the week profit taking. CPI up 1/10. It doesn't get the play in the stock market that it does in treasuries. Core up 2/10. Retail sales up 5/10. That will get played. X-Autos plus 0.4. So for the stock market and treasuries, all of this news is released simultaneously. Stock market's focus is here. Treasury focus is there, then there. So there is a chance for a whipsaw. Business inventories plus 0.3. And Baker Hughes, don't know, 1098. And 924. We've been losing rig count in the U.S. We've been gaining in Mexico and Canada. So market is strong. Don't have a lot of interest in the short side. Can take a short. Don't get me wrong, but the trade's been to buy into early weakness and see if we could extend the range higher. Okay, those of you that are trading the options, so you can day trade futures contracts, after things settle down, you can't go in on the opening and buy a 2800 call. The premium will be too high. You'll get screwed. So you have to let the market come off a little bit. So usually after about the first 45 minutes of trading, you'll see where the fair price is and have a shot at executing more efficiently. It'll take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy with that. Back with you as soon as possible.